Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage, and we have a change of scenery today. So today we are at my home, and normally we film at Nick's home and his garage. And the reason why we're changing the scenery today is because I got something special yesterday. I got something different other than a tool haul. We got a shed haul. So let's take a look at this shed. It's right over here. This is an 8-foot by 12-foot shed. It's homemade, and I got this shed for free. Basically, someone I know is selling their house, and they had a problem with the town. The town came in, they did an inspection, and they found that the shed was built without a permit. Now, that changes town to town. In my town, I can put up a shed of this size without a permit. We have a 120 square foot allowance, and this shed is only 96 square feet. So, I'm able to take this shed, throw down some gravel real quick, throw it on my property, and I can get going. So basically, the reason why I wanted this shed so bad is because my house is just a single-story ranch with a crawl space. There is no basement, there is no garage, and there's no workshop, no tool room. So I have been without all of that for the last few years. My overall long-term plans is to maybe put a garage, a standalone garage over here somewhere, but that's something that I won't be able to afford at this time. So this shed is going to be my tool shed, my workshop, my little mini garage, my man's cave, you know, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be it. So let's take a look inside and show you guys not just what I like about this shed, but what I plan to do with it, and then we'll even look at some tools, because what would an NK Garage video be without looking at tools? So, the shed is, like I said, homemade. It is made out of a lot of 2x6s. There's a 2x6 frame construction on the bottom, and is even decked with 2x6s, so it's super heavy duty. All the walls are constructed out of real 2x4s, and the roof is constructed out of 2x6s. This shed was built by a guy that works in the construction field, and a lot of these materials were job leftovers and stuff like that, so he was able to get them basically for free, along with a little bit of stuff bought out of pocket. But he can't have the shed anymore, so he gave it to me. I appreciate the heavy construction, and basically, you know, I want to make this a little mini workshop. Kind of more of a man cave. You know, I'll be able to work out of it. I won't necessarily be able to work inside of it. But I spaced it right off my driveway, so if I'm working on a car or something, you know, I can just bring the tools outside and work outside on a nice day. The shed came with this nice workbench. It's 8 feet long. It's constructed out of steel, and it is topped with a couple of 2x10s and then covered in a piece of masonite. I think eventually I will probably resurface. I don't really care for the masonite look. As you see in Nick's garage, we have a stainless table. I really love stainless steel because no matter what you spill on it, it will not rust, it'll not stain. It is just a great material. It's not super heavy duty, but it's a nice coating that, you know, will always look good forever. The workbench came with this vise here. It's a 5-inch jaw steam fitters vise. It's made by Laren, and it's just a Chinese cheap vise. The handle is missing, so I'll have to make one at some point. But it's a free vise, and it came with the workbench, so I'm happy to have it. It swivels around so that you can use the other half of it, which is for pipes and steam fitting kind of work. I probably will never use that, but being able to tilt it is very nice. Also has the swivel feature and the anvil. I'm just going to have to make a handle for this on our metal lathe back at Nick's garage. I brought over the Snap-on toolbox from one of our recent tool hauls because I needed something to store tools in, and I really like this box. One day, when I have time, maybe this summer, I really would love to restore it. It's a nice old vintage box. It is extremely heavy duty. I mean, the thing, it weighs so much. It's just well built, and it's gonna last a lifetime. So I brought that here. Eventually I'd like to get a bottom cart or something. I got a lot to think out here. I would love to put a ramp here. Maybe I can get a rolling cart, and maybe that'll just stay on the toolbox. I'm not sure. I got a lot of planning to do. I know I want to put LED shop lights in here. Right now I'm just running a simple extension cord from my house down here for basic lights and, light use of electricity. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm not sure what I'm exactly going to do in here, but I definitely need some kind of chair or stool because I'm going to be hanging out in here a lot. I want to be able to clean tools and refurbish tools in here because it's just something I really like to do as a hobby. This whole wall here, the entire backdrop, I'm going to put a pegboard. You'll probably, if you're familiar with a lot of our videos, you'll notice that we really love pegboard. I just think it's a great use of your vertical wall space. All that space is there. It doesn't take up a lot of room. Throw up some pegboard, you can hang your tools. I personally like it because hanging tools, now I get to look at them all the time. It's kind of like a trophy wall, but it's also just easy to grab everything and find things. So I'm probably going to do pegboard here on the back wall and then come out just to the edge of the workbench here. This, I'm not sure. I might do shelves or something, but we'll get there. And, well, let's take a look in the box. I brought home various tools that I wanted to have immediately. You guys might recognize some of these tools if you've watched our channel before, but let's take a look. This is just a starter kit. It is very basic. There's a lot of things missing, but I just quickly grabbed some stuff that I have extras of, stuff from recent tool hauls. So we'll get it set up over time, but let's take a look. First off, in the top drawer, I got some half-inch drive stuff here. This is just a Harbor Freight breaker bar that just came across recently. We got a Craftsman half-inch drive torque wrench, and this came out of the last tool haul, and it's in decent shape. It goes up to 150 foot-pounds, so it'll do a lot of basic work, like I can torque the wheels on my car with it. That's probably the most important thing because I'm not going to be doing any engine rebuilding or anything like that here. This is just for standard work, but this will definitely do the job. I saved this SK half-inch drive ratchet from the Garbage Day tool haul video. It's in excellent shape and I didn't want to part with it, so it's going to make a good addition to my new tool set. In here I put together a couple of ratchets and little breaker bars and extensions and stuff. Got another SK ratchet. This one is 3/8 drive. And this one came out of the last tool haul as well, with this Mac 1/4" drive flex head ratchet. I just actually opened this guy up, completely cleaned it out and repaired it. The problem with this one is the switch on top turns a little spring inside, and that spring had come undone, so I had to open it up and reset that spring, completely clean everything out. It was disgusting in there. Relubricate, and now it's all good to go again. I've got this old Craftsman Circle H 1/4" drive breaker bar. I love this thing. It came out of a tool haul a couple months ago, and I don't think I can part with it. It's just so cool and definitely old and vintage. Got a half-inch drive extension here, just an old V-Series 6-inch, and just a 3-inch extension, unbranded, probably made in Taiwan. I've got a drill index here by Huo, full of drill bits. This is the 1/16 through 60 through half-inch by 64th, just SAE drill bits. Good solid case, good solid drill bits. Got a set of screwdrivers and bits and all that kind of stuff in here. Got a wire brush, got a Milwaukee 16-foot tape measure, and an old ball peen hammer. I don't know what brand it is. It came out of a recent tool haul. And ball peen hammers are one of my favorite types of hammers. Hanging on the sides, I've got my Milwaukee M12 impact and drill combination set. I bought this, I think I was actually on a job and I needed an extra set of drill and hex driver impact and stuff, so I think that came with the battery and the charger. I think that came out of a job once a couple years ago and it's just been rolling around since. Screwdrivers. We've got our Phillips on the left and our flats on the right. I like to keep those two things separated because I just want to be able to find my tools easily. In the Phillips drawer, I've got the Husky, multi-bit, interchangeable screwdriver. I love those because if you're going to go grab it and walk off somewhere and work on something that you're not really sure what kind of, if it's going to be flat Phillips, what size Phillips, you got multiple options there. And then we have a Phillips number 1 Stanley 100 plus screwdriver, Phillips number 2 stubby Stanley USA made, and this cushion grip one could be made by Crescent or Klein. I'm not sure because the name has been worn off. That's the Phillips number 3. In the flat blades, we've got 2 Roscoe screwdrivers. These came out of one of our tool hauls a while back, and they have the Space Age finish, which I love. I love USA and I love Space Age finish, so had to throw 2 of those in here. We got the stubby and like a 6-inch blade. Got a long and skinny flat blade just in case, and a short and medium flat blade, Stanley 100 plus. Again, some of my favorite screwdrivers. Just throw that right there. In here, my blades drawer. Got a Red Devil razor blade scraper. These are just super handy if you need to scrape stickers or something off, especially from the car or whatever. 2 utility knife, box cutters, Stanleys, and this KD gap checker, just good USA made tool. Measure that gap for the spark plugs and stuff. In this drawer, I've got some files. A lot of times I'm repairing tools and I just need to file something down a little bit. And so I just threw a couple of small files in there. I'll probably add to it over time, but I get files all the time from tool hauls. This drawer is my adjustable wrench drawer. I've got a Proto 12-inch adjustable wrench in here, made in Los Angeles. And this one is just a really nice, cool vintage wrench in decent shape. And then got an 8-inch Crescent made in Jamestown. Figured 8-inch and 12-inch, that's a good start. On the left, we got the pliers drawer. Got a pair of channel lock tongue and groove pliers. Got a pair of Utica 8-inch long, 7/8-inch long slip joint pliers. Pair of Klein pliers, Lyman's pliers. Always good to have those. This is actually cool. I don't remember what tool haul it's from, but this is her brand diagonal cutting pliers. I just thought it was cool because I don't ever see her brand pliers. This is a pair of old Boker needle nose pliers. Then we got a pair of Klein electricians, stripper, crimper, multi-use. At the moment, I'm currently very limited by space in here, obviously. On the right drawer, we got vice grips. This one is one of my favorites. It's super old. I don't know how old it is, but it has the original patent date on here. It says 1942. But yeah, it's a very old vice grip. I just think it's really cool. And then we have the 7R and the 5R, both USA made, of course. Next drawer is where we get into like wrenches and sockets and stuff. I separated them by metric and SAE. So this drawer is the metric drawer. I threw in a bunch of Craftsman 12-point combination wrenches. We have everything from 6mm all the way up to 24mm back there. These are all USA made. They're either V series, VA series, or VV series. It's a mix between those 3, but they're all USA made. And like I said, I've got everything from 6 to 24 in here. I've got some Mac sockets for 1/4-inch drive. These came out of the Mac tool haul that we did over the winter. And since they were complete sets and they're both Mac, and I held on to them because at some point I knew I was going to do a home set. So that definitely got us started. Last tool haul, I got this cheap set of Olympia metric impact sockets for 3/8 drive, so I threw that in here because it'll definitely get me started. This, of course, there's a lot of sockets missing, but again, it's going to get me started. And in this drawer, we have a set of SAE wrenches. I've got everything from 1/4 inch up to 1 inch. These are again V series, VA series, VV series. And then we have less sockets in here. We just have a 1/4 inch. Again, the max sockets, but again, just a start. Eventually I'll be filling in. I just need to come across some more tool holes, and get it all sorted and get it over here. You know, other than that, you know, I got my battery charger for my Milwaukee tools. I got a garbage can. Brought over an air compressor. This came out of Nick's house a while ago. He upgraded, so I got his old air compressor. There's a set of ramps that came with the shed too. Just some random pieces of wood and a rake from when I spread the gravel out. But it's definitely a start. You know, I really am excited about this. You know, I got to get the lights in here. I'm just going to put LED shop lights. I hang them up from, there's two 2x4s in here. I'll probably just do 2 of the LED shop lights. I think that'll be enough for 8x12. Got to get my pegboard set up. I gotta do a lot of work here. I want to get locks, obviously, lock it up, keep everything safe, and eventually build that ramp. So hope you guys will stay tuned and hit that subscribe button if you like today's video. Leave a comment. You know, tell me, you know, what kind of tools you think I should put in here. Any ideas? You know, what would you do with this shed? You know, if you were in a situation like mine. And if you got extra time, go check out NK Landscaping. There is a link to that channel in the description of every video, and it's also just on our homepage. So thank you guys again for watching, and stay tuned because I'll be doing more videos in here. I just got to get my lighting set up and get everything set up, but this is like my new hobby shed, my little workshop, so I'll be able to do all this at home now, and I'm really excited. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.